Aiden here. Today I'm going to be talking about how the creative mind works. Also, we'll be developing some new ideas. I'll have some training exercises that'll help you develop new ideas, and we'll talk about how the brain kind of works. So, let's get started. Okay, this is your brain. It's like a sponge for information. It loves new or unheard ideas. And the moment you hear or see something, it's already memorized and organized into your file cabinet of a brain. You can memorize something faster than you could ever forget it. So, I'm going to talk about the different types of techniques that your brain uses when organizing information. You can also use this to create new ideas. So, the first one is called collective creativity. Now, collective creativity is exactly what it says. It's when your brain takes random or non-random ideas, cuts and pastes them together, and just collects them. It's simple, it's fast, and it's kind of like as if you heard the word duck and then saw the word blue. You just put them together and say blue duck. It's simple and it's not very original, but it's fast. Now, the second is called twisting or replacing creativity. It's simple, it can be done in a snap. You just take like a scenario and you replace it with something else, either random or pre-selected. An example would be like the people's cars run on fuel. Instead, change fuel to blood or wood or something else, and you just kind of mad-lib it. It's very fast, but it's very lazy. It's something that I would call M. Night Shyamalan-ing. Okay, the third and fourth are the most important. The third being correlation creativity. It's when you take ideas or objects and you draw connections between them. You find correlations and you build upon it and create a new idea. So, for an example, I'm going to use two random things. Let's say clowns and teleporters. Okay, well, I could draw tons of little connections to them using the first and the second tools. I could say, oh well, what if all the teleporters were clowns? Or what if all the clowns used teleporters? Or what if I just went teleporting clown? That wouldn't be very original, it'd be kind of dumb, and it doesn't work out that way. So I'm going to draw correlations between the two. I could say, well, what if the clowns were just entertainers, which is a deviant of clown, or magicians, or something like that. Now the fourth is called expansive creativity. It's very important. This is how your brain builds worlds. You take a simple concept or a simple idea and you expand it until you build almost an entire universe around it. And so, you take your new concept and you build a place where it could exist in either the real world or a made-up world. And that's why a lot of people like to do fantasy writing, because it's a lot easier to do that. I think it's lazy personally, but I prefer science fiction, where you have to find real reasons for things to exist or not exist inside that realm or world or whatever you're building. So taking these tools, I'm going to build a world using the two simple ideas. So I take my magicians and my teleportation, and I say, well, this is going to be in the real world, where these magicians have the ability to teleport things. But teleportation is wonky, it's random, so it either takes people to a random place or it either brings people from a random place. And that creates sort of a problem. So these magicians kind of become like superheroes, or people who fight crime or take care of business. And to defeat a villain, they usually like to stick them in the teleporter that'll send them to some place completely random, so they're no longer on the planet wreaking havoc. So numerous types of people will come through these portals, and they'll either be like freaks from other planets or other places in the universe, and they'll just either hang out in the carnival, or they'll either end up becoming villains themselves because they're completely in a foreign environment and these people have to be stopped or thrown back into the portal. Or they end up joining these unlikely odd heroes in their misadventures, and creating a whole endless roster of different types of adventures and characters you could have to it. It's just a rough concept. I haven't added a whole lot to it. But this would be the general idea. Now, I know this is a basic idea and it doesn't seem that great, but I made it in 15 minutes using 2 words. And so using these ideas I've put together, I have created some concept art based on this very idea I came up with in about 15 minutes. So here's the concept art. You can see it. This is like a magician that would be in this carnival. And I just kind of doodling. This is a color version, and here is the black and white version. But you can create new things very easily and build upon them. And the longer you build upon it, the better results you're going to get. Now, to get new ideas to convert into new concepts, I recommend having like a dream journal or a list to write things down after you wake up. Because your brain does exactly these 4 processes over and over again. You know, if you have a long day at work, you know, or it's your first day at work, you come home and you have dreams about your job because your brain is reciting the information over and over and over again. Or when you have those really weird dreams, it's just based on information that you've collected throughout the whole day, and it's kind of merging them together. Now, the reason ideas mold so easily in the brain while you're dreaming is because when you're dreaming in REM sleep, your frontal lobe is disconnected from the rest of your brain. And your frontal lobe is what helps you make rational decisions. So you ever notice in a dream when you're like flying around or you're asking questions or whatever you're doing, it all seems to make sense no matter how weird or anything. It just makes sense. Even when you wake up and you go, oh, that doesn't make any sense, but it makes sense when you're dreaming. So this right here is the reason why you get these random weird ideas, is because they're being molded in your brain with no limits. There's nothing to say, no, that doesn't make any sense. So it's really nice to be able to write something down that your brain came up with just flowing right out of your head when you wake up. Now, you could also use chaos theory, like I've mentioned in my other videos, to generate new ideas. You know, there's random things in nature that create random patterns that may look like things that might jog your memory or give you an idea of what you should draw. So like, take clouds for an instant. You could look at clouds, you see different shapes that are completely random. A good thing to try is to like just draw like what you see in the clouds. You know, try to draw what the cloud looks like to you. Don't draw the cloud, draw what you think the cloud looks like. And you might get some really cool results. Another one you can do is gravel. I like to look at gravel. You just throw gravel on the ground, or you look at it on a paved road or something, and you see little lines or objects or random things in it. And you can try drawing some of those. That might really help get new ideas or new designs onto the paper. Also, I recommend the internet. The internet is full of ideas. It's completely random. You know, you can take, you can go to Google Images or something like that and just get a random search of something and then try to piece those two things together. And then you might get something completely unique, or you might create a whole new concept that's not even there. You know, it's just all up to you. It might take some time, but you can get some really nice results. I really hope this helps people get new ideas really fast. Now, to test the new creative tools that you got from this video, I'm going to have a challenge. I'm going to present 2 completely random subjects. So, here we have dinosaurs and masks. If you can combine these two in any concept, way, or form, add anything you want to it, and create either science fiction, fantasy, don't matter, whatever, please, you know, if you want, you can make a video response and show concept art if you'd like. Feel free to draw it. You know, get something going, and we will post it in the comments below, and we will feature it on the next video that I produce. Thanks again. Have a good one.